Yo, party people, what is up? It's your boy, the best gabber in the biz. What a pay-per-view that we just had. The chips were cashed, the deals were made, and the stakes were raised as we all went double or nothing. Night overall was pretty solid. We had some banger matches, some matches that were just straight up anarchy, but we had some downs. Yet, some were chemistry issues, and some just due to the fact of legit injuries, epic turns, and so much more. Guys, don't worry. Everything that just went down here on Double or Nothing, you're about to hear right here, right now, because the newest episode of The Gift with Gabe, covering Double or Nothing, is about to start right about, now.
Trying to come to the aid of his younger brother. Super! Oh! What the hell was that?
Okay, you guys, so first things first, let's just run through some of the stuff here on Double or Nothing that, weren't all too great. First off, Adam Cole, Chris Jericho was kind of underwhelming. It's okay. At the end of the day, sometimes two dudes, the chemistry just isn't there no matter how great of, wrestlers they are or have been throughout their career. Sometimes it just happens. They're going to have one more match this Wednesday, which is like their last time having a match with Cole, teaming up with Britt Baker against Jericho and Saraya. Whether this match went good or stayed the way it turned out, which was underwhelming, that match is going to go down either way. At the end of the day, it's all right. Sometimes the chemistry just isn't there. Like, there's no one fully to blame, on both sides. It just happens sometimes. It's okay. Cole's going to continue to move on to better things. Somewhere down the line, he is going to end up fighting MJF for that world title, most likely at All In or something, or even All Out. So he's going to do just fine. No worries there. But, speaking of championships, got to talk about it. Toni Storm is now women's champion. Now the first two-time women's champion in AEW history. She ended up getting the win over Jamie Hayter, who had a legit injury and has for the last couple of weeks. It was actually reported a couple hours before the pay-per-view that there was concern she wouldn't even be able to do the match with Toni Storm because she was legitimately hurt. You don't know how hurt. We don't know how long she'll be gone. Maybe if things work out, she can come back, get a rematch at All In, and then end up winning the title back. That would be a great ovation and a great way for her to pick up right where she left off, because she still could have a really great reign as champion. She definitely wasn't done it yet. But at the end of the day, it is a shame. Props for Toni Storm. Maybe if it was me, I would have maybe given that shot to Ruby, only because then it would have been a shot to get in the spotlight. But I guess Toni works too, because now it's 1-1 with those two as part of their rivalry. So now they can have a trilogy somewhere down the road. Like I said, All In, if Jamie Hayter can actually go. So it sucks, but at the end of the day, it's okay. Those were really probably two of the biggest downs from the night. So any of y'all that were like, oh, the pay-per-view is awful, or pay-per-views ever, you're either a mark for WWE, just a straight up hater, or just unintelligent when it comes to wrestling. So just whatever. Just don't watch. It was a solid night, and believe me, we're about to go out over a lot of the cool stuff that actually did happen on the show. Okay, you guys, so a lot of the great stuff that we had throughout the night, starting off with the Blackjack Battle Royal. Battle Royal was great, especially as we got near to the end sequence of the matches. First off, Absolute Ricky Starks said and did exactly what he was going to do. He knocked out Jay White, and the guy who loves saying, Ricky! Ricky! Like nobody else in the business. Rock hard Juice Robinson from that Battle Royal. That spear was totally wicked. At the end of the day, he got eliminated. It's okay. Like I said, him and Cole are my top two candidates to beat MJF in the future. So he's going to continue to do just fine. And if he runs back that great match he had with Jay White from this past week on Dynamite, let's go. Let's do that. Maybe they do it for Forbidden Door. Who really knows? So that was awesome. And then the last interaction for the closing sequence between Swerve and Orange Cassidy was top tier. It shows you why Swerve is at this level and will be a champion later on. If they're looking for a top heel to beat Wardlow somewhere down the line, since he retained the TNT title, more on that later. Honestly, Swerve would be one of my top picks as a heel for that to be done. Dude is ready to be a champion and would be so great at it. The mask thing is a little weird. Looks hot as crap, especially for this time of year. But hey, it works for him, so it's fine. And Orange Cassidy, the international ruler of the world, cannot be stopped. That is my dog. But maybe since a certain Japanese sensation superstar turned heel in the main event, again, more on that, maybe that is a message that Orange Cassidy could be on his way to losing the championship. But until that happens, I am going to keep backing my international ruler because he is that guy. He is the workhorse. And god dang it, he's pretty much had almost more defenses than Roman Reigns in a lesser amount of time than Roman has been champion. So acknowledge him, drink your orange punch, and savor it because Orange Cassidy is that guy. Acknowledge him. Do it right now. Some other great stuff here on the show tonight was the tag title match, FTR versus Jay Lethal and Double J, Jeff Jarrett. First off, Karen Jarrett hitting Aubrey with that guitar. Oh my god. That was brutal. I literally started being like, yo, she's committed a cardinal sin. She didn't just hit Aubrey. She hit her with a freaking guitar. I totally did not see that coming. It was cool. Match was really good. FTR was able to put on a really solid match with a lot of tag teams, on a lot of and anybody in this business. And then Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, they've proven they can put on a solid match as well. I liked it. Liked the story throughout with Mark Briscoe. Ended up doing the right thing and helping FTR retain the tag team championships. Maybe this leads to Jay Lethal going off on his own and becoming face again, or who really knows? Either way, tonight, it was a cool match. I liked it. I liked the storytelling. The freaking guitar shot was wild. Didn't see it coming. So, definitely did like that match. Definitely a high for the night. Can't wait to see what either team does in the future. FTR is definitely going to start moving in their own direction. Like you saw me with Ricky Starks, JY, and, like the rest of Bullet Club Gold. So, we'll see where that goes. And in terms of Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, let's see if Jay Lethal follows up with more of this Mark Briscoe story to potentially do a face turn. Could happen.
Briscoe out cold and Aubrey Edwards. And remember, Aubrey Edwards and Sanjay Dutt, Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, they've had a lot of history together. And now, oh my God!
Guys, Wardlow tonight pulled out all the stops in that TNT title ladder match. Channeled his inner Jeff Hardy, and maybe even a little bit of Sammy Guevara with how crazy he was, even doing swantons off ladders through a table, even breaking ladders while jumping onto him. I don't know how he thought that was gonna work. He's not the big dude, but he's a pump dude. I'm not surprised that ladder freaking broke when he jumped from the top rope onto it. Some guy springboard. And so I'm not surprised by that. The match, I really liked it. I didn't think Wardlow was losing. They didn't put him with Arn Anderson for him to just lose the championship. He's going to hold that for at least a little while longer. This is the way to bring back a little bit more momentum for Wardlow and maintain it by putting on matches like that consistently, not just on pay-per-view, but on Dynamite too. I don't know who's next for Wardlow. Maybe Luchasaurus is going to want to try to crack at him, but he's not going to be losing that belt for a little bit. They put him with Arn Anderson for a reason, to boost his stock again and give him a really fitting TNT Championship run. Third time is indeed possibly the charm. So this is a really good way at continuing that. Christian Cage, dude's good at pretty much anything when cutting promos or getting in a rivalry with anybody. So let's see where he goes from this. But Wardlow, Christian Cage, thanks for an awesome TNT title ladder match. Let's just keep seeing great stuff from Wardlow week after week. And hey, Forbidden Doors in 4 weeks. Someone from the Forbidden Door wants to step through and go against Wardlow for the TNT title. I insist on coming through. And let's have a banger and tear the place down. Guys, we did crown one new champion tonight. And may I say, it was Statlantastic. Because Jade Cargill has finally been defeated. She has that one. And that one is KRIS Statlander. Finally came back. Won the TBS Championship following Taya Valkyrie versus Jade Cargill because she was like, yo, I'll run this back. Anyone wants to come out, this, blah, that. Guess who came out? KRIS Statlander. She won 1, 2, 3. I feel really good for her. She's really busted her ass through multiple injuries to finally get to this point. She should have pretty much almost done this last year, but she got hurt. Like, if she didn't get hurt, she would have lost this bad boy last year. We knew that we were just waiting for her to come back. She came back. It was a great moment. So genuinely happy for her. Hope she stays healthy. Let the pro wrestling gods please listen to me. Let her stay healthy for the rest of her career. Not have any setbacks. Because even post TBS title reign, she can be really good. Someday maybe even world champion if this momentum continues to work out and stays healthy. But for tonight, so happy for her. New TBS champion. Some reports say Jade might be taking a break after this. This definitely was a shift for the women's division. That was definitely needed. So I'm looking forward to the first champion post the Jade Cargill era. And let's see how this really shakes out. This is where you really help determine more of the TBS title because we've only had one champion so far. So let's see what KRIS Statlander does and future champions coming after her, who obviously won't hold the belt as long as Jade did. At least not for a decent minute, like maybe 15 different champions after this. Guys, who answered the House of Black's Open House Rules Challenge? It was Daddy Ass Bowens, Rap Master Caster, the Acclaimed. First off, that Dom insult, freaking amazing. That's why Dom is a living legend, people. He literally crossed promotions because he's that freaking dude.
Listen! Yo! Platinum on the mic, are you not entertained? In Vegas, everybody loves the Acclaimed. We leaving Brody King in a sad place, looking like a reject from RuPaul's Drag Race. Yo, that might have been in bad taste, but how does Malachi get away with doing blackface? And Buddy acts all ominous when he's getting cucked by a kid named Dominic. Yo, listen. Yo, we have you on your back in 5 minutes. How's a House of Black with no black guys in it? And you can keep the advantage. We don't need a special rule to beat your emo asses. Las Vegas!
What's going on over there?
The Acclaimed have arrived!
Check that guy's ticket. You know, Excalibur, you got to say.
That's right. Greatness, living legend, Dominik Mysterio, crossing brands, being greatness personified. But you know, whatevs, no big deal, right? Either way, nice solid match. Expected House of Black to still retain, but I like the match, especially a nice closing sequence. Billy Gunn was really dominating when those famous shirts, and then boom, that spinning kick from Malachi Black that'll put anybody's lights out. 1, 2, 3. I don't care who you are, it'll knock out anybody. From an actual pro wrestler to a sports entertainer, hell, even a real life fighter. I don't care. It'll knock your ass out. It was a nice, solid match. I said it before, they are not dropping those belts anytime soon. I got them holding that until at least the fall. Because they're great trios champions, and they truly just cannot be stopped. So, please, come one, come all. The house is still open for business. And if you dare to disrespect the house, you're going to get put down. But as for me and everyone else that does respect the house, all rise for the House of Black as we pay our respects to the house. Because, once again, it has been proven, the house always wins.
Come one. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Spanish guy is becoming the godly Spanish father. Sammy Guevara and Carmelo are having a baby. Absolutely beautiful. Imagine Sammy Guevara as a dad. I think he'll be a great dad. But just imagine, like, it's whoa, it's crazy. Like, I'm really actually happy for him. that kind of helped make Sami a little bit more of the babyface of the night for that 4 Pillars match. So, aside from that, really happy for Sami and Ty. Loving it. But that 4 Pillars Fatal 4-Way, mwah, chef's kiss. Beautiful. This is why all 4 of these guys are the present and future. In the ring, we all know they can go. They each have their own things to where they're not exactly the guy right now, but they're all going to get better. And over the next couple of years, each of them will, within like probably the next 5 years, each of them will be holding the AEW World Championship separately. I know that for a fact. They've proven it, and they'll get better. But for tonight, this match, when as advertised, it was truly a moment. One of the best AEW World Title matches. One of the best pro wrestling matches in AEW, arguably, ever. It was great. It was a great testament of showing that this is our present in AEW, and this is our future. It was great. God dang MJF, the devil himself. Love him, hate him, whatever. Freaking beat Darby again with the headlock freaking takeover, bro. Insane.
Oh, that's right. I beat Darby Allin twice with a fucking headlock takeover. Holy shit, that's embarrassing.
Like, it's just wild. I loved the match. It was great. We all knew the outcome. The Reign of Terror isn't over just yet until, you know, some certain people like Adam Cole, Bebe, Ricky Starks want to start getting back in the mix, and maybe anybody else.
I think everyone's scared. Point blank. I think people in this company are afraid to wrestle me because they know that I'm going to outclass them on the microphone and in the ring. If there is a matchup that you think should happen, the reason it hasn't happened is because they are terrified of getting outclassed by me.
Not really sure MJF shows up on the Forbidden Door show. I think he's going to be like, screw that in New Japan shit. I am not going anywhere near that. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think New Japan Pro Wrestling sucks. Except that Great O'Khan guy. He pops me. I like him. But everybody else there is the drizzling shits. I don't know. It reminds me of just like a local indie fed.
So, for now, great World Title match for all of them. Jungle Boy Jack could turn heel in the future. Darby is beginning his road to climbing Mount Everest next year. Hope he doesn't die. Seriously. And I still think Sammy Guevara could, to be a real good babyface, has to feud with like Chris Jericho to finally separate himself from him. Just like every one of the other pillars has separated themselves from their mentors. So, but hey, just for this moment, thank you all 4 of you guys for our match that we will remember forever. I just want to say, we all knew it. Takeshita showed up, turned on the Elite, helped BCC get the win in a crazy anarchy in the arena match. And I just want to point something out. With the whole, because some people are talking about like the blackface thing, it was like a black mask. I don't really think that was blackface, but I get it'll go either. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a thing, but I don't think they were really trying to offend anybody. Like, to be honest, like, it's almost like the same as like the black war paint that like House of Black does all the time. Like, well, that's pretty much all I'll say about that. Whatever. But just in terms of that main event, complete anarchy. It was crazy. The person who got the worst from it was without a doubt Matt Jackson. They really took off his sock barefoot and right in the tacks. God. And that was after he freaking lit up Moxley's face with some sort of whatever blaster on his foot that like blew sparks right in his face like he was the wizard Chris Jericho or something. I don't freaking know. But the tacks in the foot. You feel that. I instantly just, you feel that. He's probably taking so many tacks out of his freaking foot right now, and it probably hurts like a mother. But in terms of that, great match. I loved it. Truly anarchy in the arena. Knew BCC was going to win. They now have Takeshita with them. I'm assuming they'll do some sort of official thing on Wednesday to like bring him into the fold. But now we got to begin the road to blood and guts. Well, we know Ibushi's coming. So I'll look at a little posting from Kenny that he has other friends out in the world but beyond AEW that he can ask for help. We know who he's going to ask. His fellow Golden Lover, Kota Ibushi. Set us up. Ibushi, Elite, 5-on-5. going against the BCC without Takeshita, Inside Blood and Guts, post Forbidden Door. I'm assuming if it goes like last year. Sign me up. Take my money. That sounds a bloody war of a banger that we are definitely not going to want to miss. Wish it was here tomorrow, but it's probably only 4 weeks away. So we're chill.
What the hell was that?
Okay, you guys, that is Double or Nothing. I really hope you all enjoyed the show. It was pretty solid outside of the two negatives that were really on there. It was not really that bad of a show, but we are done. The road to other stuff begins. 4 weeks from right now, it is the Forbidden Door pay-per-view, and then a week after that, Money in the Bank. The road for both shows begins this week, tomorrow on Raw. First qualifying matches for Money in the Bank that will also take place on SmackDown as well. And then this is the first Dynamite as we begin the road to Forbidden Door. You're not going to want to miss any of these shows, you guys. You're not going to want to miss what your boy, the best Gabber in the biz, has to say after these shows. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed your night. The road to these awesome shows will be fun. We'll be doing all of this together again. And I know you'll be loving it because I'm the best Gabber in the biz. I'm just that goated. So, keep doing what you're doing. Like, subscribe, all that cool stuff, because you know you want to. And remember that when it comes to talking wrestling, whoever to gab with, then Gabe. Okay, guys, I will see you after Monday Night Raw to see who are the first participants in the Money in the Bank contract ladder match will be. Deuces, party people. I'm out of here.